Hello, we are back with another episode of Hell I Don't Know. I am Jordan. We have Nickie, we have Darrell, and we all are alive and hopefully well. But let's see, let's do a quick wellness check. How's everyone doing? We'll start with Nickie.
I'm doing well. Yeah, I'm doing well. I It's my last week before I start back working on Monday. So I've just been it's been a long six
Yay!
months,
Let's
guys.
let's
Uh,
praise the Lord for that. Let's praise the
all
Lord.
right, not too much, not too much. Yeah, so it's been a pretty chill week for me until things kick off with some craziness next week. What about you, Daryl?
um, you know, uh, I've been well. Um, so they already know that, but I'm moving soon, hopefully.
Not to
Actually, not.
Chicago.
No. I'm not moving to Chicago. No, but I am moving
Not too
apartments.
much.
You're not even you've been there less than a year. Okay, hit me when you got 5. You're not doing that right now. Anyway, I am moving soon and I'm trying to find an apartment. And that is, anyone who's ever had to get on a lease in New York City knows that that's not always the funnest thing to do. So, there's that. My job is kicking my ass, but you know what? We are going to, we're going to push through. It's actually not kicking my ass. It's just, a lot going on right now. And overall, um, I am doing decent. I could be better, not gonna lie, but I am happy to be here, and I'm happy to be alive, and I'm happy to be able to say how I'm feeling. So, also the world is shit, which we all know, but and that's not helping, honestly. It's actually kind of destroying my mental health, if we want to be honest about it. Uh, uh, kind of breaking apart at the seams here, but everything's okay. Anyway, that's how I'm doing.
Well, relatable for sure. Um, yeah, same, very similar. Just I'm here and I'm alive and I'm well, but just oh, I did just have a DJ, my first DJ set here in Chicago over the weekend. So,
Mhm.
um,
It was really good, Jordan.
thank you. So, very well received, and it is out on SoundCloud now. So, people can go check that out if you want to hear it. It's J Vibration on SoundCloud. So yeah, there's my shameless plug of the day. But um, yeah, with all that's going on in the world, today we're just going to kind of like not talk about Trump today, even though I do feel like he should be part of this list of people that
He is.
we are
Yes.
that
We gonna try not to talk about Trump for one episode.
for
Yeah,
one
he might
episode.
come up. He might
He
come up.
might, he
But we'll,
might,
we'll keep it brief.
but yeah. But today we're going to talk about um, good old cancel culture, and
Mhm.
what that even like feels like that means to us, and going off of some of the people that have been canceled or have been deemed canceled. We're going to like just kind of go through a list of some people, see if we feel like they should definitely be canceled. Do they have an exception? Because I do feel like I'll even speak on this a little bit. I'll say I feel like there's people that people move like the goalpost on for certain people, maybe because they have like this love for this person, or they just love their music or their movie or whatever it may be. They feel like well, maybe let's not cancel them, but we can cancel this person even if they've done like equally the same amount of bad things. I just feel like there's some people that people give passes for. I won't name those people yet of my opinions of that, just because I want to just kind of like go through. But let's first start by um, what do you feel like cancel culture means to you? Like, or like, who are some of those people that you feel like fall into that category? And this can just be an open discussion. Nobody needs to like, you go first, you go first. Let's just talk. And
hmm
yeah, what are you feeling?
Um, Before I start talking about actual specific people that have been canceled, Are y'all this way where y'all have a hard time like canceling somebody you actually like though?
Yes.
No.
All right, let's talk. Can we add that in before we get the list, George?
Let's do that. Yeah,
Because
because go
I
ahead.
think I'll explain why I have a hard time canceling people I actually like, and then I want to hear from you, Jordan, and then like Darrell, why you were a blatant no. Here's the thing: I'm never going to be like excusing bad behavior, but like there is this argument of, especially if they're an artist, of separating the artist from their personal life. And I mean, we all have those people that have been canceled that, like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. There's this one Jasmine Sullivan song. Jasmine Sullivan is not canceled. However, she has a song with Diddy that I absolutely love.
It's a really good song.
It's such a great song, and he's only on the very end talking. The rest of the song is Jasmine. It's called "Need Somebody." Yikes!
Go ahead. I'll say something.
And like in cases like that, I'm like, oh, like what do you do?
But I will say in that sense that doesn't directly apply to Jasmine, just because she was like featured on that album before we knew all that stuff that happened. You know what I mean? So it was like, in her defense, like she was part of the album before we knew that. You know, I mean, we might have knew some things. We might have knew like Diddy obviously wasn't a great person, obviously, of course. But like we didn't know to the extent of all the stuff that we know now. So I think at the time because I listened to the album at the time and I didn't think like, oh, okay, whatever, because I liked the song "Gotta Move On" with Bryson Tiller, and I played the hell out of that song. And then I was like, oh fuck. Like I was like, then all this stuff happened, and I was like, damn, I can't even like play the song now because Diddy's voice is in that song way too much. But I see what you mean by the "Need Somebody" because he's
on the tail end of it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, and I always started over when he started talking. The song over there.
But go ahead, Darrell. What do you?
So okay. So I just want to, first of all, I want to start off by saying, perhaps surprisingly, I don't believe in cancellation. I actually don't believe in that. I believe that you are entitled to support or not support whoever you want to support or not support. And I believe that the choice to hold an artist or entity accountable is a personal one. And I feel that when I say cancellation, I mean it in the way that, like, we can't fully stop anyone's career. We can't fully stop anything. We can stop feeding into what they are selling. We can certainly stop that as a personal choice and in a response to something that they have done, that it's been proven that they have done that we don't align with morally. But in terms of cancellation being just because I feel like cancellation has become a huge thing that kind of annoys me a little bit. But like, I just want to make that disclaimer before I say what I'm about to say. That I don't fully believe in what cancellation has become. That being said, and this doesn't directly apply to Jasmine because, as you said, like we don't know what she knew. I don't feel any way about Jasmine Sullivan personally. I don't know if she's ever said anything about her.
She doesn't promote the song at all.
No, she doesn't.
Honestly, I've never heard that song.
Oh, it's an incredible song.
And I believe that. It's Jasmine Sullivan. But what I will say is that although I don't believe in cancellation, if you do believe in cancellation and you do believe in holding artists accountable, I don't think that you should be flip-flopping depending on who you like and who you don't like and the songs that you enjoy and the songs you don't enjoy. I feel like that is like a very morally ambiguous area to go in, because it's like, I feel like you go stand on something, stand 10 toes down. That's why when you ask me if it's hard for me to, when you ask us if it's hard for you to let go of someone you've canceled, I say no, because if I feel like someone has done something that I don't align with morally enough to where I make the decision that I don't want to partake anymore in whatever they have to offer, it's not a hard decision for me. They've done enough to make me feel like I don't want to be a consumer of their content. And so that's not hard. If tomorrow I found out that Beyonce, who is my favorite everything, was super homophobic, if I found out she was like in whatever shape or form racist, which is weird because she's black, but like if I found out that she was, I don't know, if I found out that she was a super problematic person, I would stop listening to Beyonce. I absolutely would. I would stop. I mean, I ain't the Beyonce fan to be buying the Say Noir, Say Lumiere, Sacred. I don't be doing all that anyway. But I wouldn't be as attached to her as a business and as an entity as I am because I don't align with that morally. And whether you want to admit it or not, even if you only cut off the last 30 seconds of the song, it counts as a stream. Okay? You're still supporting it. Whether you're still supporting it.
Okay, I have a
So,
question. I have a
mhm.
question with that. So I'm sure everyone's been seeing there's some, speculations that next in line to be in this like canceled world is Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
There's some things that are brewing and things that people are ready to, whatever. So with that, so say there's something things that come out dealing with Jay Z, and I want to know with those exact words that have been said, even with the whole Jasmine Sullivan "Need Somebody" song, would you still stream the Jay Z Beyonce music,
Well, first of
or
all, I barely streamed that out. Anyway. I like Everything Is Love, but like that was very much a time and like it was an era in and of its own. Um, but to answer your question, if, and that is a very big if, because I don't believe in putting the horse before the hay before the horse, whatever that saying is. We don't know what went on with Jay-Z and Diddy. We don't know anything. We have no facts. All we're going on is a court of public opinion right now. So I feel like they're good for right now. But if I think I've said this to y'all before. If I were to find out that Jay-Z was equally as involved in all that shit that Diddy was doing, I would instantly stop streaming his music. I wouldn't be listening to anything having to do with Jay Z. I wouldn't be supporting him because I don't personally align with that. Now,
So
it
no
depends
Super
on
Bowl performances. You won't watch those either.
when he performed the Super Bowl.
Jay-Z literally picks Super Bowl artists every year. He's like over the halftime Super Bowl.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. And I don't know if they. No. I'm just saying if it's something that directly, I feel like it's a personal choice. I didn't know that Jay Z did that, but if he does, I'm pretty sure that he will no longer be doing it if he's found guilty of whatever. And in that case, it won't matter. But if you're asking me as a way to get me to put my tail in between my
I'm
legs,
just
the
asking
answer
questions.
the answer is
I'm,
yes. I would stop. I'm going to stand 10 toes on whatever I say I'm going to do. But the other thing here is what you consider cancel worthy, because there's plenty of people that have been canceled that I don't agree with, like Will Smith, specifically Will Smith. He was never canceled in my book. I don't feel like that man did anything. Well, obviously he did something wrong because he
He
shouldn't have
assaulted
slapped Chris
someone.
Rock. Okay. This coming
and
from the
that
country
and that was
that
like
is obsessed with guns, the country that loves violence, but because a black man slapped another one on the Oscars, like, oh, like he was never canceled to me. He's still not canceled. It's a personal thing. It's whatever you personally allow with.
I think it kind of goes back to that though. A lot of stuff is personal. I think also too people put themselves in like certain shoes and be like, well, if I did this or if this were to happen, then maybe. But I also feel like people associate certain people with certain things. So it's like, are people going to associate Beyonce with Jay Z? Like, well, did she? If it's anything were to come out with any of that stuff, is she going to be affected by that as well? Are people going to cancel her too? I'm sure people will because I know people are waiting on both of their
Freezing.
The shooter
downfalls.
drop, yeah.
So it's just inevitable that that's going to happen. But I was just curious, because I know like how big of a fans you guys are of Beyonce, so I wanted to see like if that would change at all. But
I have a question for y'all. Who is the person that's been canceled that you were just like, dang it, why did you have to mess up? I have mine, but I want to hear
I
y'all's
have
first.
mine was fucking Bill Cosby.
He was second for me. He wasn't my first one.
Bill Cosby just like I was so fucking mad. It's just like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And I will also say that I'm about to sound fake as hell, but I was one of those people that was like, let's just wait and see. I was. I'm gonna be real. I'm not a fake bitch. I was like, let's just wait and see. But as soon as it was like, as soon as all these stories started coming out and like certain things started to be very clear, as soon as that became clear, I was like, damn, we got to cancel Bill Cosby, which sucked because Bill Cosby was just like he had kind of transcended racial lines of like what it meant to be a positive image of a black man, a black father, a black professional. He had kind of transcended those racial lines.
Mm-hmm.
And it just he was one of the people that like I thought of as like consummate goodness and just represented black people so well. And unfortunately, we just do not get the same like if fucking like the dad from Seventh Heaven also has some shady shit in his past. He, was a huge father figure for a lot of white America. He has his downfall. It doesn't really affect white people because white people are the global majority as of now. But Bill Cosby, his downfall meant a lot more because we don't always the stereotype of a black man, especially a black father, is not necessarily what Bill Cosby was representing. So that was hard, man. That was really hard.
What about yours, Jordan?
It's still hard.
Um, uh, I mean, it's long gone now. I don't even know if I feel any kind of way about it now anymore. But it was because I was a big fan of this artist for a very, very,
I
very
think
long
we have
time.
the same one.
It was Kanye West.
Yep.
I was just like, why? Why did you? I was like, it could have just been, honestly, it could have literally just been any other rapper, and I'd been like, whatever. But I was just like, why? Because I would have the same feeling if this was like Kendrick. Like if Kendrick was like this, I would feel the same way. Because to me, it was like Kendrick and Kanye for me. So I was just like, fuck. I just remember like, and I'm not even gonna lie. I think I even said this before. Like in the beginning of all this, I was definitely that person that kept saying, well, his mom, his mom, and I realized it was about 3 years later, and I was still saying his mom, and I said, okay, I think this excuses ran up a bit, so I gotta let this go. So, and then once I don't even think I need to talk about the stuff that he's saying now. I was just like, well, I just can't even. I don't even know.
I'm right there with you. Like I try to rationalize Kanye. Like when I say rationalize Kanye, I literally printed out I had one of the rants he did, the rant he did in when Trump was in office.
Yes.
He went to the White House. I literally printed out that rant he did, gave it to my college class because we were studying analyzing, and I made them analyze it to find meaning. In this Kanye rant, I was like, maybe it's his mental disorder.
You were really trying with that.
I was like, I was really, really trying because like say what you want. The way Kanye like orchestrates music and like produces is like it is like no other. Mm-hmm. The man is a creative. Kanye had the whole world wearing holes in their clothes. Like it was nothing wrong. Kanye had us wearing 2 polo shirts with the outside collar on the like. Do you remember wearing 2 polo shirts? Like a blue and a yellow, and the yellow. Like Kanye had us doing like he was changing the game in fashion and music and culture. So it was really it was hard. It was hard.
I'll say, and I hate this now, but it's like he was one of those people like when I was younger that influenced me and like wanting to really get into music and like really inspired me and like showed me like, oh, okay, like again like that like other black person like doing something different, and I was like that was really inspiring, and I feel like he always was super innovative each album, so I was like, oh, this is refreshing. But then after everything happened, I said, I gotta just let this go. I gotta let it go.
This man had all of us wearing neutrals.
Yeah,
neutrals became a big thing because of Kanye. This man basically took Kim Kardashian from being known as a porn star to like an empire. Like I think he was responsible for Kim Kardashian's like major come up, where her like moving from one level to the next. She was already famous.
Was quite literally the lead of the biggest reality television show in America by the time.
But you don't think she got bigger when she got with Kanye?
I think that they elevated each other.
I'm never Nickie. Shut up.
All right, now you got this new job. Too much.
Not too
Talking too
much.
much.
But
What year did they get together again? I'm trying to do this based off of his timeline and her timeline to confirm whether I feel like that or not.
in 2000, they got married in 2012.
Oh,
It was that long.
damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think Kim was like she was big, but she wasn't that big in 2012.
I feel like Kim Kardashian was pretty big then by that
I
point.
feel like she was. I feel like what year did Keeping Up with the Kardashians come out?
Yeah, look at that.
Also, Kim Kardashian is someone that we've been trying to cancel for a while.
She ain't never getting
She
canceled.
ain't getting canceled at this point.
I mean, she done
Keep Up with the Kardashians came out in 07.
Okay, so yeah, she was
probably.
So yeah, she was established by that point for sure. But I would say, listen, Kim Kardashian wanted that to very much to be her Jay-Z Beyonce relationship, so we'll just leave that at that.
Oh, Kanye.
Yeah, I don't find it as difficult to cancel Kanye because he, yeah, I loved Kanye. College Dropout was one of my favorite albums, but Kanye West just like is such a despicable person that I find no
redeemable qualities.
Sheds tears.
Ooh, are you okay?
I think my neighbor's fighting. Hold on, I was like, what?
I thought Kanye was knocking at your door.
Could you imagine? Yeah, no, I find no difficulty in not listening to Kanye's music, mainly just because like the things that he has said recently, the rants that he has gone on Twitter, he's so anti-Semitic. He's like, it's just fucking gross.
I mean, when he started like supporting Diddy this go around, I said, "All right, Kanye."
It's like I can't.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That I was just like the Sean John clothes. I said, okay.
I said,
come on,
Kanye,
Kanye,
just
come on, just
stop.
And it was crazy.
Also,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it was crazy for a minute. He was like quiet to the point where I forgot about him for a minute, and then all of a sudden he popped back out of nowhere and started doing this. I said, "Wait, stop! You actually were gone for a minute, and people kind of forgot about you, and now you actually made things worse than it was before."
It's like he could have been like Chris Brown. Chris Brown is being redeemed now.
Yeah, he has been redeemed.
I don't know if y'all. I mean, I know y'all know this, but like, I wanted to vomit in my mouth when I think it was during the Super Bowl that he was doing all that tweeting.
I think so.
Like it
yeah,
was during the Super Bowl. He was one of these major events. He was doing all that tweeting, and he uploaded
maybe the Grammys too, possibly.
Or maybe it was the Grammys. I don't know. It was a major event that he was doing all that live tweeting, and he had a link to his storefront, and he was only selling one item, which was a shirt with a swastika on it. And I'm just like, there's no difficulty in not supporting anything that man does. And honestly, I don't know who's still supporting him. I know some people are. I
think people just need to I think with him it's all attention seeking things. I'm not sure exactly what he's going through, but I realized with the best thing that people can do with Kanye is just ignore him. If you ignore him, then he'll because all he's doing all of this for the things
it's
that
rage bait.
Yeah, exactly. He knows what he's doing.
Which is like, I know we're talking about cancellation right now, but you said rage bait, and I'm just like, I just want to like pivot for 1 second, and then we get back to that. I feel like so much of the content that we consume now is actually rage bait, and I'm not recognizing that that's what it is until it's been effective at enraging me. People like. Maybe that should be canceled. Is that like modern social media? I guess that's
social media should be canceled. We're gonna be honest.
Honestly,
at this point,
y'all get 3 days out of the week. You can't do it all 7 days. 3 days out of the week for social media, and you have to. I don't know. Like it's ridiculous to me that you are able to just like say whatever on social media and make it a fact. Like you can just say whatever and make it a fact, and people will believe you, and nobody's gonna question you. And we don't even put up fact checking notices on social media anymore because apparently that's political now. It's political to check someone about being inaccurate. And I just think that like it is 100% working on. I know y'all be seeing on threads on Twitter when people
I don't be on
be
threads.
post. I be on threads. Y'all be on.
Are
You
you
be on threads, Jordan?
74 years old?
First of all, don't do too much. Don't do too much. Because what? You know how you got a comeback that's so good, but you really don't want to ruin the friendship? I'm at that place right now.
Well,
Anyway.
just text it to me.
I just didn't want to hear it, Jordan.
I'll text it. I be on threads sometimes, and they'll be like people who have like it'll say things like Reba McEntire slams Beyonce's win for country album of the year, and Reba never said that. Like it's just something that people literally just be making up to get engagement, and they will always get engagement because people have to give their fucking opinions online, and like I never actually comment because we talked about this. I'm not commenting. I'm not going back and forth with motherfuckers I don't know on social media. I'm just not gonna do that. But I do see it and it just reminds me of how stupid we are. It reminds me of how stupid people are and how racist and homophobic and tragic these people are. And I wish it didn't affect me the way it did, but it absolutely does. So I think that the solution for me now is getting off of social media. The end.
So you're going to cancel social media?
I gotta cancel social media. I mean, I work in social media, so that's gonna be kind of hard. But I will cancel social media that I am not.
I want social media to return to the days of old. To the days where I can get on my Instagram and I can look on my feed and see, I don't know, people I know.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
I don't see AI deep fakes.
I'm so tired of seeing AI. I'm so tired of seeing this.
Like, I can't even tell if something is real or fake now.
I'm tired of seeing weird things too. Like now my Discover page shows me like very bizarre, creepy, almost like things. I'm like, what is this weird ass shit that I'm looking at? Like, please stop showing me this. I didn't ask for this.
And it's so bizarre because it's like you don't even like you end up. That's how that type of content gets so. It's not popular. It's just widely viewed because it's so weird that you watch it for 5 to 10 to 15 seconds and then your algorithm thinks that you're interested in it and then it starts pushing you more and more shit like that. And even though it's fucking weird, I know what you're talking about. It's like weird and awkward and stuff that you don't want to really be seeing, but you watch it for 10 seconds and the algorithm picks it up. And people keep making that type of content because it's the type of content that's easily, Anyway. I cancel social media, guys. Let's cancel social media. It'll never happen. Because it's basically people's news source these days. But I want to cancel stupidity. I want to cancel the Republican Party.
Cancel student loans.
Yes.
Elon Musk. Honestly, baby, they get rid of everything else.
Everything but the right thing. But right. I digress.
Right. Okay. Yes, we digress. Sorry for that.
That's perfect. So yeah. Well, what are some people that you will allow to not cancel as much, or that you would give some pass that have been canceled that you would give some like passing to? I'll start with one.
I thought you were supposed to say people we want to cancel. I was like, I have a list.
Oh, that's the last. We'll get to that. No, that's the last question. Get to that. That's last. Now we're in the segment of what are some people that are canceled, or a person, it doesn't have to be multiple people, that have been canceled or deemed canceled that you don't really find yourself to be canceling. I'll start with mine. Mine is because we were just looking at a list beforehand, and Doja Cat's one for me. I'm sorry, not canceling the girl. Sorry, I'm just not going to do it. She's talented as fuck. I like Doja Cat. Sorry, I do. I like Doja
That
Cat.
surprises me. You
I
actually would have canceled Doja Cat?
No, he
no,
said
I
no. He said people that we don't want
that
canceled.
we don't want canceled.
Okay.
That
I
we
was like,
don't
damn.
that we don't want to personally cancel, but that have been deemed
I
canceled
see.
already.
I see.
And I said, for me, it's Doja Cat because one, I like Doja Cat. I know she's an odd person in certain ways, and I know she does some questionable things. She's definitely done some things that made me like side eye her a bit, but it's never gotten to the point where I've like fully been like, okay, she's just an absolute no. Because one, the music is good. She's a great ass fucking performer. Not saying that any of those reasons are reasons why somebody should not be canceled by means, but I'm saying I don't think anything that she's been deemed canceled for has been enough yet for me to completely wipe her out. Now if she blatantly says certain things, if she starts to just do some really like crazy ass shit, then yes, I will let her go and she will fall by the wayside. But for right now, she's still good in my book. I love me some Doja Cat. What about you?
For me, it's Chris Brown. Um, Here's the thing: Chris Brown started getting canceled when he beat up Rihanna, which we don't believe in. DV over here, we don't believe in it. But my thing is, if Rihanna can forgive this man and even do a song with him,
What's she doing song with him?
is he on the remix of Birthday? A
They
birthday
have
of
they
Cake?
have they have several songs together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but after that, they have songs
Birthday
together?
like Cake was
Yeah.
after that.
So Birthday Cake was after that. Then they did his song Turn It Up remix. They
Mhm.
did. And then they did a song on her album called Nobody's Business.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
So my thing is, if Rihanna and Chris Brown has also done some other outlandish things, but I'm like this. Please don't hold me accountable for things I did 15 years ago or 10 years. I mean, okay. If I have apologized and I've been redeemed or grown, because here's the thing. Because here's the thing. Before we get there, we all have some skeletons in our closet that we don't want the world to know about. Right or
But
wrong.
we're
That's
still
been
we're still
but
not
I
talking
ain't beat no
about. That's not what we're
right.
talking about.
That's not what
what
we're
are y'all
talking
talking about?
I
Chris,
haven't beat the shit out of nobody.
Chris
So
well, one is that, and also two, Chris Brown has still done several things
yes.
after that that have not been great.
In
So
the last 5 years?
No.
yeah,
Here's the thing.
I might
I
have
think
necessarily
yes, but nothing. I don't think he's done anything cancel worthy in the last 5 years. But he has
that.
done things to remind me why I pulled off of
Yeah,
him, like what he did with Robert Glasper, because he I didn't think like how that rant he pulled when he lost the Grammys. It's like, nigga, you are canceled. Of course you lost. Like anyway, I'm not saying he should have lost, but I am saying like for what I'm about to say. Also, I don't. I'm also in the camp of like I'm good with Chris Brown. Like I feel like I'm not saying I'm good with him because it's been so long and I just forgot about it. I'm saying I'm good with him because I feel like in general he has done his penance. He has spoken about it. He has expressed sympathy for it, and I do recognize that he was very very young when he did
Mm-hmm.
that. Not excusing it, not saying that like he should, not any of that. But what I am going to say is that like as of late, he has been like anytime his name gets brought up in things, he'd be like, "I'm not in it. Don't say shit to me. I'm learning my lesson." Until he gets upset. That said, I have not forgotten that happened, and I don't think that we should. There's no statute of time on things like that. If
Mm-hmm.
it's a DV thing, I don't care if it happened 70. I just said we canceled Bill Cosby, and I fucking love him. I don't care if it happened 50 years ago. If you did it, you did it, and I think we gotta be careful with that just because like again it's your discretion whether you want to partake in anything they have to do, and I'm not gonna judge. Yes I will. I was gonna say I'm not gonna judge anybody for what they decide to do, but yes I absolutely will. Chris Brown is not one of those, but I do think that like while Chris Brown is kind of having his resurgence, rightfully so, I hope that he continues to remember why his career derailed in the first place. And I hope that he continues to like prove that he is not that same person and that he is working towards his, working his anger issues out and not reminding us what. Because I mean, this man, everybody talks about Rihanna, which is terrible, but he's also done a lot of other things. Like he called Robin Roberts a bitch on air. He threw a chair out of a window in Times Square, which literally could have killed someone. Like this man has done more than just beat up Rihanna.
I agree with
And I'm
that.
saying that as a fan of his. I'm saying that as a fan of Chris Brown. He has done more than that, and I don't want to just gloss over what he's done just because we like his music.
But I have one more that the black community has canceled. That I'm like, maybe she served her time. Her time. Chrisette Michele. Like the black community has canceled this woman for something she did in 2016. And she even said she didn't vote for that man. She didn't support that man. She said she went there with her Basquiat skirt in support, just like, don't forget about us. And the black community was like, girl, you're done. Like,
well, honestly, yeah, rightfully so. I mean, like, I'm not saying, again, I don't believe in cancellation, but I do believe that if you're doing things that are harmful to my community, I can choose to hold you accountable.
But Darrell, she didn't do it intention. She did not vote for him.
It doesn't matter if she voted for. Do you feel the same way about Snoop Dogg and Nelly?
Oh, I do about them because they sat through a Trump presidency. Chrisette Michele hadn't. Snoop Dogg and Nelly sat through this, experienced it like the rest of us, saw all the BS this man was saying afterwards, and then went back again this year to do that. That's a different story.
I do also want to say I never canceled Chrisette Michele because I never listened to her music anyway. So she didn't really lose. She never lost anything from me. And
but
I'm
like,
not saying
black people, they really canceled that. Chrisette Michele can sing. They really canceled that woman.
They canceled her bad.
I can't tell you a single song. I believe
a couple of forevers. I see it clear. My heart is here. We had each other. Let's take it from there. Wow.
I really enjoyed her second album. Her second album was really good.
Yeah,
the Epiphany album or whatever.
Yeah, it's called Epiphany.
I do believe, but I will say, I know I said what I just said, but also, Chrisette Michele better be uncanceled at this point. Like
she's not.
She's not.
The black community. She talked about she don't get bookings. People don't listen to her music anymore. Like all because she sang at the inauguration, which was also interesting because so did Ty Tribbett, and he didn't get canceled.
He did.
He sang with her.
He did. But I think the Christian community is different from just the black community overall.
True. But
yeah, that's sad. I hope that changes for her because I do.
How about you listen to her? How about you start and turn on her album?
I don't think she should be canceled. I think that if you are a fan of Chrisette Michele, that sounds so shady because Nickie's trying to be shady. But here's the thing:
I'm not trying to be shady.
You're trying to be shady. But here's the thing: I know she's a great artist. I know. I just don't think her music is for me, and that's fine. I've heard her sing before.
Do you know her music?
I just said I don't, but I've heard her.
So how do you know? How do you know her music's not for you?
Can I tell you? You let me finish. Because she was on R&B Divas. And I watched that show back in the day, and I heard her sing, and I think she's a good singer. She's just not. What? There's nothing wrong with me.
That's like saying I heard Candy sing, but I don't like escape music because I heard Candy sing on the Housewives.
Well, I do like escape music. I don't like. I'm not interested in listening to Chrisette Michele. So it's just like it's not like I don't. Why are y'all laughing? It's not like I don't like her. Y'all making it sound like something it's not. If Chrisette Michele ever sees this, I think you're crazy talented. I think you're amazing, and I don't think you should be canceled anymore.
I don't know if I was Chrisette Michele if I would get that you felt that way, especially after what you just said about
the show. I have no interest in hearing her music.
Okay,
that's literally what he just said.
It's just not for me.
And how do you know if you haven't heard it? You saw her on a TV show. That is a sampling of that woman's. She actually has good songs.
I will listen.
He's not going to listen.
I will. If you send me her 3 best songs, I will listen to them.
Like she has Golden, which is a great song. Like she has good music.
Like I said, send me 3 of her best songs and I will listen to them. But I don't think she should be canceled.
Wow.
Moving on.
Wowzers
my
indeed.
person. I'm going to say this because I have stood on this hill ever since it happened. And yes, it was a while ago. And yes, she may be less canceled now, but I'm going to say it any fucking way because I don't think she ever should have been canceled. The black community canceled Raven-Symoné, and I was pissed about it because I feel like
because she's from every continent in Africa.
you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. Raven-Symoné, however you say her name. Raven-Symoné didn't do a fucking thing wrong. Okay, all she did, they asked her. She was drawing the distinction, and I bet we understand better now what she was trying to say now. I think there is some validity to her saying she is not African American, she is American. We all are American. The distinction is only made to non white people. You don't call white people European Americans, you call them white or American or Caucasian. You don't call them, it's not like every person of color has to have a hyphen to show their patriotism. Her point was that she doesn't have any roots in Africa. She's not connected to that. She's never been there, or maybe she has. I don't fucking know. But why can't we just we are born and bred Americans. Why can't we just be Americans? I get that. Now, before y'all come for me in the comments and try to say that I'm on some patriotic bullshit, we all know that nationalism is not something that I subscribe to because honestly, it's fucking ghetto over here. So I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is I don't think we should cancel people because they articulate their thought about our freedom and our right to be here just like anyone else in a way that we don't quite understand. She should have never been canceled, and I think that was tragic.
You know what? Fine. My question is, why did Raven-Symoné recently just say that in a recent interview that really had my scratching my brain? And maybe either one of you can answer me this. And also, too, well, actually, let me ask this question first. Have both of you seen That's So Raven?
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Okay. So she said on an interview, well, the only reason why my show or people that watch my show, That's So Raven, why the boys were interested in watching it was because of my breasts.
Okay. Let me tell you something, and here's my rebuttal to that.
Okay, great. I would love to hear it.
Here's my rebuttal to that. One, no one says she has to be right all the time. She was giving her opinion. Was she wrong?
100%. 100% wrong.
You don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that there weren't. Now,
I'm sure if we did a survey of people that watched that show.
How do you know? How do you know?
That they watch, because here's the thing.
So we watched the show for Raven's tits. That's why we watched the show.
The internet existed to see her tits without us having to watch That So Raven. Okay, First of all, I think that is an issue because one, you're saying that men are not capable of higher thinking besides sexualizing women. Ignorant. Also, in my opinion, Raven is trying really hard to stay relevant right now because why do we need to know that she had an abortion of Omarion's baby?
See, that's what I'm talking about. No. Before I address the first point, I have to address that because that is what I'm talking about when it comes to rage bait. That clip was edited. She did not say she had an abortion from Omarion's baby. She was talking about her weight gain and what people were saying happened as a result. She was saying that people thought she had gotten a baby aborted. But that's why Megan Good sat there like it wasn't a revelation, which you should have noticed, because they cut it specifically to sound like she was saying that she had gotten pregnant. Raven-Symoné never got pregnant by Omarion. That did not happen. She did not say that happened. That was rage bait.
The only person who said Orlando Brown said she got pregnant by him, though.
we're not listening to Orlando Brown. We're not paying no attention to Orlando Brown. God bless that brother. I hope he's doing well. We're not doing.
You know what? If we could ever in our life get Orlando Brown on the show, I would gladly love to have him.
Oh, I would talk to Orlando Brown for an hour and a half.
I'll be absent that day. I'm not sitting here with that man on the show. We're not doing that. Because first of all, we're not about to exploit mental illness. We're not going to do that.
That's not what I would be here for at all.
I just want to talk to him.
Yeah. Like, what?
Everything.
He has a lot of stories to tell.
A lot of stories. I don't know if all of them are true, but he has a lot of them.
I don't know if y'all watch this, but I'm pretty sure you don't watch this. But he was on Bad Boys on Zeus Network, which
First of all, why do you have Zeus?
I have Zeus. I have Zeus. Okay.
Wow.
I
love how
Zeus.
I love how that's going to segue into my next thing. But go ahead.
Sometimes I watch Zeus. I watch Baddies. Sometimes I get that
hood behavior.
It is the lowest hanging fruit of reality television. I get it. But you know what? The world is fucking terrible right now, and it offers me a little bit of release. So I watch the show because I don't even know. I don't even think I find it entertaining. I think I find it's like watching a train wreck. It's like, you know how you just can't look away. It's like that. So feel free to judge me for that.
You're watching the exploitation of black people. Got it.
Don't do too much, because don't make me start being real on this podcast, Nickie. I know you in real life. Don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway, at least I'm being honest about it. You ain't never known me to be dishonest. I'm being honest. I am actually a little bit embarrassed that I watch this network, but I fucking do. So you can judge me if you want. In fact, you should. I'm gonna ask you to judge me.
And you pay to watch that.
Well, it's $6. So just like, and in fact, anyway, I won't say that. But on Zeus Network, he was on Bad Boys, and he seemed to be a lot more. I don't know what's going on in these interviews. Maybe I don't want to speculate, but on Zeus Network, on Bad Boys, he seemed to be a lot more level-headed and cognizant than he is in these interviews. So I don't know what's going on, but on that show for an entire season, he was actually quite funny. I feel like y'all should watch it. Y'all want my Zeus login?
No,
y'all can watch it.
Zeus not going on my TV.
He articulated himself well. He's actually incredibly hilarious, and he didn't seem strung out or had any mental illnesses at all to me on that show. So I don't know what's going on with him, but let's pray for him.
Sorry, Jordan.
But point being, I'm in my point with this. I'm in my point because I never fully exit. I feel like people should be allowed to articulate their points as long as they're not like. In my belief, Raven-Symoné is not always great at articulating her points in an effective way. That's what I think about Raven. I think that we have to have grace for people articulating themselves, especially if we can't just run to snap judgments every time people say things that trigger us a little bit. We have to think more deeply and critically as to what they're saying. If they are asked about it and they double down on problematic viewpoints, then that's a whole different thing. But in my opinion, we're way too quick to hear something that somebody says and immediately go, are we saying that black men aren't able to intellectualize and watch a television show without sexualizing women? Like, no, that is not what I'm saying. That's not at all what I fucking said. But that's what you got from what I said. And you made it a truth for me. And that wasn't fair to me. So that's my spiel. And I'm done on that one.
Go ahead, Jordan.
Thank you.
Justice for Raven.
Listen, I love Raven too. Don't get me wrong. I love her down. So the last part of this will be who is somebody that you would like to well, I know you said you don't believe in cancel Darrell, but for the sake of this, just little, I don't know if you want to call it fun, but whatever. Who's somebody that you would like to see canceled, you feel like should be canceled, just, with everything? Nickie, go ahead.
Nicki Minaj.
I do not disagree.
I do not share the views shared on this podcast are individual in nature and do not represent the broad whole, because y'all not going to have these bars of this comment coming after
I
me.
said what I said.
Crazy. Nicki Minaj fans I do not share that sentiment. So if y'all got anything to say, direct it towards them.
That woman literally talked about having somebody's dead mother dug up. At that point, the line is crossed. Too far. Too far.
She did that.
She's just...
She sends her... And she know her fans are crazy. She also married someone... Ain't she married to someone who also had like a sexual assault?
Let's not talk to that if we don't know specifics.
That's true.
That's true. Her husband cannot be 10 feet? from
children
and things.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Darrell?
Here you go.
Nicki Minaj definitely would be one of mine for sure. Funny enough, but the reason why I was saying great segue is because I believe Natalie Nunn and all of Zeus Network should be canceled.
I would agree with that.
So,
I kind of agree too, honestly.
but specifically Natalie, Natalie should just. I think that is just
And Andy Cohen.
Yeah, yeah, he's not great either. But
I like Andy Cohen though. To be
He
honest,
exploits black people.
does he exploit black people? I mean, I'm not saying he does or doesn't, but I'm also saying, like, is he exploiting black people when these shows have been on the air for decades and these people come to these shows to be on these shows, understanding the formula of these shows and exactly what's expected of them? Is he exploiting black people? I don't know.
Did he start with an all-white cast of Housewives first?
The first Housewives was Real Housewives of OC, I believe.
Did anybody watch that?
Yes, it's still on now. So yes, people did watch it. Atlanta was the first season to have an all black cast, and Nene Leakes actually created that show. Basically, I don't think he exploits anybody. I think that Andy Cohen I think that Andy Cohen knows great television and he knows great personalities and he gets those people in spaces together to produce quality entertainment for the masses. And I wouldn't call that exploitation.
Sorry.
Exploitation assumes that these people like aren't aware that they're being exploited.
Darrell, who you canceling? I also can add another one to the list, but I'm not adding her. Black America added her, but go ahead, Darrell.
I feel like I know that this is I'm trying not to get political, but like what the fuck ever. Nancy Mace, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Do we take them seriously?
Like we don't, but like no, plenty of people do actually take them seriously.
That's sad.
And I think that more than entertainers, more than singers, actors, whatever, I think that they should be. And I have one more too, but I think they should be canceled because these people actually have control over the way our world is run, our country is run, and they are purposefully being gross, nasty, disgusting. And it's not just them too. I would say pretty much any Republican in House or Congress at this point, or Senate. Well, maybe not all of them to be honest, but like them. But also Carla Sofia Garcon, cancel. And you know that takes a lot for me to say that about a trans woman of color, but cancel. I don't even believe in that, but cancel. For that specific reason, she let everyone know exactly what she thought.
She is though, right?
She's canceled.
Yeah, she is. Okay, she's canceled. She should stay canceled.
Yeah, the black community has started to cancel someone. They started calling her Tamaga.
No.
They started to cancel Tamara Mowry.
I know. No, I also think
they're literally calling her Tamaga. And they were like, "Yeah."
But wait, where did this come? Did she do something recently or something?
Her husband's a Trumper.
Oh yeah.
And she's been staying with him, and people been saying she believes just what her husband believes, and they was like, "That's why Tia don't mess with her no more." They call her Tamaga.
Oh, first of all, we don't
no. Tia has said that she wish she was closer with her sister again. They're not close anymore. Tia has said that.
And why? We don't know why she's not close to her sister. We have no idea.
We don't know why, but I'm riding with Tia.
No. Tia, are you riding with Tia? Because Black America got tired of Tia because she got divorced, and they said that she was using her divorce to make corny Instagram content. So
monetize it. Listen.
Anyway, my point is, I
stand with Tia.
We don't know why they're not cool anymore. And Tia did clarify that and said she meant physically. She's not close.
Tia is a lie. Because no. The first time she said that, she said, "I wish we were as close as we used to be." She did not speak about distance. When the backlash came, she tried to clarify distance. It was not what she originally said.
So I'm glad you're in Tia Mallory's mind and know exactly what she meant by what she said in her relationship with her.
And I didn't say I canceled Tamara. I said the black community has canceled Tamara and call her Tamaga.
I think
intentful listening.
No, I got an Amazon package. I just heard my doorbell.
Not Jeff Bezos was canceled, I thought.
On that note, thank you so much, guys, for this lovely episode. I do have one question. Is Is Carrie Hilson still canceled?
Who?
All right. So have a good night.
Do we want to talk about? This is the last episode of February. Do you want to announce what's happening in March? Speaking of canceled,
You should.
I'm just playing.
They could be throwing these references out. I'm like, I actually don't get what he's talking about.
So, starting next month, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing two things. We will have a woman on. We're not canceling women. We'll have a woman on every week to let them bring the topic. And next week, none other than Miss Kaisha Hughley. Kaisha Creates is joining us on a podcast. Hell, I don't know, next week. And then we're also starting. We're officially announcing it. A reaction series to none other than Taylor Swift. And we'll leave it at that. And we'll start this journey together. And for those of you who are also like me, who find her music not your cup of tea or your thing, join us on the journey. Darrell is a Swiftie.
Before, first of all, that's doing too much. But before y'all roll your eyes and say we're not interested, it's gonna be. Dang, hold up. Okay,
Jeff Bezos.
I gotta get my Amazon package out. It's gonna be great. Bye. Wait, I can't turn the thing
up. All right, let's wrap this up.
Bye.
Jordan, close us out.
All right, everyone have a great night. We will see you next week.
Bye. Bye.